What's going on, guys? Today we're playing some more Supercross. We're checking out, I guess I'm just going to lump these all into one video for the sake of simplicity, because there's so many tracks, it'd take so long to have each one be their own video. I don't know where the track pack, what tracks are in which pack, because I just bought the, I'll have it linked in the description, because this one I actually would suggest you buy, because they actually run well enough to do races on for the most part, and it's on free right here, so you can mess around with it a bit. But yeah, this is a Supercross Tracks DLC, which I think this was 20 bucks for one big bundle that had every Supercross track they've added for DLC so far in one bundle for 20 bucks, as I just said. 20 bucks, I guess I can sort of understand that price here. That sort of makes sense, unlike the DLC OEM bikes, which in my opinion are overpriced. Copper Cannon, which in my opinion is overpriced, and the Stewart Compound, which is overpriced significantly considering that there's so many other ways to go and play that. It's kind of ridiculous. There's nothing new there. It's ridiculous how overpriced it is. But anyway, the backflips on these 250 seem to be toned down, so I can't just do that, just whip backflips out over every jump anymore. But yeah, we're gonna run some races on these extra DLC tracks here to get a feel for them. Because in my opinion, at least, these run, and these are a lot better tracks than the whatchamacallits, than the stock ones. And if you're looking for something to get you back into the game, something so you got bored of it, instead of buying bikes, I just buy the track pack, because it's honestly all the bikes, except for the 252 stroke pack, which is like $3, best bang for the buck. I'd suggest getting the 2-stroke pack, and there's a bundle that has all the Supercross tracks, and get those two together, because it's good. It's good Pontiac. That sounds fun. Those are what I'd suggest, the 2-stroke pack and the DLC Supercross tracks to get yourself a lot more content for the game. And here we go, let's get a race going. Yeah, you hold that sign up, let's go. You hold that 30 frames per second more, I'm kidding. But yeah, we're getting a 42 off the gate, 51, 52, which is actually really weird that the frame rate's increased. Going from the cinematic to the game, the frame rate actually increased. The cinematic is only running at 30, and this is running at about 46 right now. And this is anti-aliasing turned on, whatever kind of anti-aliasing is, I don't know, because it doesn't specify. With all the settings on high at 1080p, because I was running the game on low before, and then it almost looked like Borderlands, where everything's had this weird black outline around it, and it kind of looked like garbage on low, and I couldn't deal with that, so I'd rather just run everything on high, where it looks prettier. Oh boy. And that's the other thing I'm going to mention with this game right now. Yes, this DLC I'd suggest buying it, but if anybody from Nordic's watching, and I hope somebody is here, maybe to get some understanding of what's going on with the game here, hopefully they're watching, you need to open this game up to mod in Nordic. If you keep trying to lock it down, so you have to buy your DLC, and you're not going to help support a community of custom tracks, this game's never going to take off on PC. Like, if you're going to say, oh, well, we can't do it, we're going to lose money, it's like, well, no. Look at Reflex. I'm sure they already know what's going on with Reflex. There's a massive community, very active community creating new content for Reflex, keeping people involved with Reflex, selling new copies of Reflex to people are building PCs just to buy and play Reflex with all the custom tracks there. Because that's how much fun it is when you have an active community that's able to do what they want and come up with really cool designs. Whereas with Supercross, there is none of that. Which is why I feel like there's a lot of people, which is why the lobbies are always empty. There's never seems to be that many people playing this, because it's so locked down, there's no community support at all here. I imagine it wouldn't be that hard to at least just maybe leak out some tools to make the tracks here, or at least give some way of converting Reflex tracks. I'm sure they'd know what the tools people are using to make Reflex tracks with. If there's a way you could have some sort of tool to convert your Reflex track into a Supercross track, I'm sure there'd be a lot more people playing this game. There'd be a lot more people making content for this game, which gets more people into the game. If they supported an active modding community, just a community to create their own content for the game that can build the tracks that they want, there'd be way more people playing this game. It'd be way more popular than it is. But since they're apparently hushing that down, locking it down, making that impossible, I don't see this game taking off, and I don't see this game ever really taking off as long as they keep it locked down and prevent anybody from making their own content. This game's never going to take off. It's never going to gain popularity like Reflex did. At least on PC, that's never going to happen on PC, because why are they going to want to come play this game where they can go play Reflex with their own skins, with their own tracks, for free? Like, if you can get Reflex, which most people are going to say is a better game than this, which that's that's up for debate. Reflex is more of a realistic game. This is more of an arcadey type game, I'd say. Whereas if somebody can get a game like Reflex, which is still honestly pretty freaking good game, it's probably one of the better, best motocross games out there right now. They can get that game, play any custom track they want for free. There's a massive library of custom tracks. There's like replica Supercross tracks all out there for free after the game's been purchased. They're going to do that instead of playing Supercross, where everything's locked down and you have to pay. It's $30 for the game, which I understand that makes sense. It's okay. They're going to go play Reflex, where they can get all that stuff for free, as opposed to paying $30 for this game, which again $30 makes sense, and then having to pay like $90 on top of that to get a bunch of DLC, and probably the DLC is probably going to get even more expensive, as hopefully maybe if they put out the replica Supercross tracks for this game that we've been seeing, it's going to get even more expensive than it already is. It's just going to turn people off in this game. They're going to see that there's no modding community. It's going to turn people off in this game. And that was my rant to get out for this video of why they need to open the game up to modding if they ever wanted to take off. This game's never going to do well if they don't open up to modding. Anyway, yeah, we got that track. We'll do racing one more other track here. That was whatchamacallit. That was Pontiac. And I don't know where track pack comes from where. I don't know if like it's orders in track pack 1 is the first 4. I don't know how that's ordered at all. We're just gonna do random tracks here. Which one looks fun? That looks interesting. Let's go with Boulder, Colorado. Actually, let's hop on a different bike here. Let's change it up for the sake of being different. We'll switch it up to the 450 Suzuki. And now let's go do that. Just to show you guys that the 450s here don't really run any different than the regular 450s. So I'm not sure how much I'd pay for them, because you're getting skins and the number plates don't look like they're very well. The way the number plates go on the bike skins, it doesn't look like they are very well thought out. So yeah, that's the deal behind that. What was I gonna do? Oh, that one looks looking interesting. Let's do this one. All right, that's Jacksonville Supercross. Which again, these tracks, I'd say these tracks are a lot more fun than the ones that they shipped with the game. So yeah, it's okay. Jacksonville. This one looks actually pretty big. Starting gate, and we're gonna go. Let's go. Gate drop, yeah. Over there, step on. Oh, we screwed that. Oh no, this is off. We just blew that rhythm line so bad. Yeah, it's okay. We can just pop the clutch and get ourselves back into some sort of shape to get going here. Like the big sweeper. Again, these tracks, they're so much better than the stock tracks with the game. Like the stock tracks don't run anything like this. Can't stress to you how much better these are than the stock tracks with the game. If you're looking for more content to get you back into the game, this is where I'd come. I can probably do a backflip over those. Whoops. There's a wall. Like, do you see how much better these tracks are than the stock tracks they ship with the game? I hope you do, because they're so much better. So much better. Hit that, triple down, the double there. And like, you can actually, the rhythms on these tracks aren't impossible to hit like they were in the stock tracks. I probably just overjumped the crap out of that. But yeah, these actually work so much. I get so much better. And we're going to jump off the track there, of course, because the traction is still a bit icy. On all of these tracks, the traction still, it's a bit weird. It's not like you're riding on ice like it was before, it's just that it's not quite right. Something's going on there that doesn't seem right at all. Alright, let's get back into the line here. And hopefully we can triple out there. There's a nice big sweeper. I don't know why, whenever I start picking up speed, the frame rate drops in this game too. So there's a thing to mention. This is again running at 1080p with all the stuff turned on to high with anti-aliasing. Is what we're running at right now. We're getting 40 frames a second, 45, 50, and it's going to drop as we get through the sand. 37, 41. It's enough for these to all be playable. Now some of them I'd say are enjoyable. If you're racing online, I'd say it's definitely enjoyable because online there's not all the AI running around. I can easily get 60, 70 frames a second on these tracks. But again, there's the thing, as I mentioned before, with the community. I don't know, was it this video I mentioned it? I think it was this video I mentioned with the community not existing, because the online's always empty because there's no real big community built up for this game. So unless you have a good friends list of people you can just shoehorn into a game really quick, online, you're probably not going to find a match in online. Especially on the DLC tracks, you're not going to find a match because I think most people aren't going to buy it because, again, there's no real... It's all locked down, so there's no custom tracks, so it turns a lot of people away from the game, which is a extremely valid reason to turn away from this game when there's a big community built around Reflex that is actively generating new content they're doing because they find the game fun and they want to have something enjoyable, as opposed to doing it for money. which is, yeah, that's a fun story behind that. And there we go. Nice rail that corner. Probably do one more Supercross track so you guys get a good little... Oh my god, that's scrub though. Probably do one more Supercross race after so you guys get a good idea of the variety of tracks you can get and see just overall general idea of if they're better or worse. I'd say these tracks are way better than the stock ones. I think they're a lot more fun than the stock ones anyway. And you can backflip this. Okay, that bike backflips differently than the regular 450s for some reason. There we go. Take the win there. Thank you. Yes, wave to the crowd. They're all synchronized waving. That's cute. Alright, let's go on to the next thing. I'll do one more race here. Let's go to single race. Supercross. And what's another track? Albany? No, which one? That one looks pretty nutty. Let's do Cleveland. Let's not do 30 laps. It's kind of ridiculous. Do one more 10 lapper on Cleveland. And then, yeah, I'd say this back is worth it. It's like $20 for a lot of extra Supercross tracks. Which, again, there should be a modding community that can make their own tracks. But since they're going to lock it down so that's not possible, yeah, this is the one DLC I would buy. If they I highly doubt they're ever gonna. If they ever unlock this game to open it up for modding, they're probably gonna open it up once there's already 2 or 3 more games out ahead of this. If they do at all, which I don't see them ever opening it up, because they're gonna see that as lost profits. Gonna say, oh well, people can just make their own track instead of buying stuff that they're forced to buy because there's nothing else for the game. They'll just make their own tracks, and that's a lost profit. Which they're gonna see it that way, when in reality, if you can make your own tracks, people can still buy the DLC, because I don't think the community's going to be able to make tracks of this caliber, at least for a while. Like, if you look at the stock tracks in Reflex and how much detail there is in those, and the DLC tracks that were for Reflex compared to some of the custom tracks. Yes, the custom tracks are honestly a lot cooler, there's more fun, the tracks themselves ride better. They don't have, like, the textures on the dirt are not as detailed, the stadiums are not as detailed, that kind of thing. So these tracks always have that over the community tracks, I think, because they have more resources to build these types of tracks. But if the community can make their own tracks, it gets more people to buy the game than would have otherwise purchased it. If you can make your own tracks, more people will buy the game, which makes you more money than people just straight up not buying the game, and then there's no potential to sell DLC to those people because they're not going to buy a game that there's no community for. So I think I've beaten that horse enough, so I'm going to shut up with that for now. Oh boy. Oh, we almost washed out. Oh boy, oh man, getting all squirrely right there, and the frame rate, we never get squirrely like that, the frame rate just dips down, but these tracks are so much better. I can't get over that. It's so nice. Oh, we can scrub that. Again, this is my first time on all 3, except for Pontiac. All the other tracks in this video, this is my first time actually using them, because there's a lot of tracks, and it's going to take time to actually be able to get through all of them and learn every single track. Now, there actually are a lot of Supercross tracks in this game now, which I hope there would be, because it's called Supercross. Alright, and let's get over there. It's like you're riding your bike up the back of a dragon, jumping it, landing on the bottom of the back of another dragon, and riding up the back of that dragon. It's very informative quotes from the Supercross races, in case you didn't know. There you go, step down there. Just use that clutch to boost ourselves out of the corners. Can jump over that. Can probably just clear this entire... yeah, that's triple. Hopefully, I'd hope we can clear the triple on a 450, or else we're gonna have problems. Tire tap that. Tap clutch right there again, because the clutch kicks get you out of everything in this game, and then hopefully we can just step over into the corner. Nice. And, oh, not going to get away with that one. Well, I'll try and scrub some more of these jumps, too. You actually can scrub pretty well in this game now. Tire tap scrub, that was not really a scrub at all. There we go. Let's just throw a rock solid over there. Let's hop back on. No, that's not nice. Scrub that. Oh boy, slow down. Step on. Off into the corner. Scrub that. Oh, that was a really hard scrub there. And step on. Step off. There we go. Oh boy, get out of the tough blocks. Again, the frame rate does dip down. Whenever I start to get squirrely like that, the frame rate really dips down, but at least when I was doing multiplayer on this, and when there's not that many AI running around, and there's not that many people, because their lobbies are mostly empty, because, again, there's not really any community here, the frame rates are a lot better, and hopefully in the near future there will be some more patches to address the frame rate issues of the game and optimize it some more. Really hope that comes out in the future. They need more patches to make the game run better. They just do, because it still runs. It runs like you can play it now, but I would not accept this as a final state of the game in any way, shape, or form. I'd say for a final state of the game, this is unacceptable. There needs to be more patches to the frame rate here, but it runs enough to the point where you can actually play it now, which is nice. Alright, scrub that. Oh boy. We should have probably preloaded it while we scrubbed there, because you can do that in this game. There we go. And here, it's like, again, it's the preload scrub I was just talking about. You can scrub that while you preload it, and then just launch it off to the side there. But yeah, that's going to do it for this track. That is a general overview of the, just at least 3 of the tracks you get from the DLC pack. I'd buy. I think they're worth it, at least. It's kind of overpriced, but I mean, if you need more tracks, that's the pack to get, because the other ones, the rhythm racing, I'm willing to bet, still doesn't work. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully we'll have some more DLC coverage in the future, and I'll see you guys later.